We all remember the many spectacular moments the Straw Hats have had, getting out of complicated situations where you don't know what's going to happen, if they're going to be saved, or if it will be the end of our favorite crew. But what has been the most epic situation for each of these characters? And since nothing has happened here, this is the 1RD. Let's begin. We'll start with the best known, the one that inspired this video. The moment when Zoro became the best first mate in the series. In the Thriller Bark arc, we know that Luffy suffered terrible damage after fighting Oars and the depressing Gecko Moria. The problem is that while everyone is unconscious, Kuma and Zoro have a conversation about capturing Luffy, to which Mr. Google Maps replies that he'd better take him. The Shishibukai agrees on one condition, saying that he will make Zoro feel what it's like to be in hell. Kuma takes away our captain's pain and exhaustion, and Zoro, without thinking twice, sacrifices himself, abandoning everything he said at the beginning of the series. It's so spectacular that when Sanji sees him covered in blood, he asks what happened here, and simply nothing happened here. We continue with Jinbe, the first son of the sea, and although he recently joined the crew, he had a moment that made us think that this shark has two huge ones down there. In the Whole Cake arc, Jinbe stands in front of Big Mom, telling her that he will leave her crew to join the Mugiwaras. The small incident is that he must pay a price with his life. When Mrs. Joy uses the powers of her fruit, she asks the question, "Are you staying or giving me your life?" Jinbe, without hesitation, says life. Everyone sees that Big Mom's power doesn't work on the fish, to which he responds by saying, "I am a person who wants to belong to the crew of the next pirate king. I cannot be intimidated by a mere yonku." Let's move on to Nami, who has had several iconic moments in the series, always supporting Luffy, and there was a moment in Wano that proved it more than ever. In her fight against Ulti, we see that there is a great imbalance of power, and Kaido's daughter wants to force her to accept that Luffy will not be the pirate king. Nami, in tears, forgets that she could even lose her life in this situation, but she says that Luffy will be the one to become the pirate king, and no one can make her think otherwise. Now it's Brook's turn, and this has been one of the situations that has surprised me the most in the anime. When they go to rescue Sanji, Brook is in charge of getting a copy of the poneglyph that Big Mom has. When the guy is about to do it, the lady arrives, and our skeleton, without thinking twice, faces a Yonku. Brother, he wasn't the least bit afraid. Crazy guy. Obviously he loses, and he takes it in stride. The point is that when they saved Brook from the Empress's clutches, everyone thought he couldn't steal anything, but the guy, as if nothing had happened, hands the copy to Nami, where even I was like, oh. Let's continue with Usopp. I was going to choose the moment he had with Sugar in the Dressrosa arc, but I changed my mind, and this happens in the Alabasta arc, when he's fighting Mr. Four and Miss Christmas. We know that Pinocchio is a coward, and it seems he always will be, but there comes a moment when the enemies start laughing at Luffy's dream, and Usopp, even with his injuries, stands up to defend his captain, and the rest is history. For Franky, it's been a little complicated, since there's the moment in Eni's lobby where he burns the plans for the ancient weapon Pluton. But his encounter with Mr. Pink is a fight between real macho men. Here he wins the fight, although he also shows that he would give everything for his captain, but above all, that he is a super macho toned man. Let's move on to our cook, Blackleg Sanji. This great moment is almost identical to Zoro's. In Skype, Enel launches a devastating attack with the intention of destroying Nami and Usopp, but Sanji saves them and takes the damage from Thor himself. The impressive thing is the end of the line, when Enel subtly turns around when our friend says, "Hey God, there's something I wanted to tell you. Thank you. I needed a lighter to light my cigar, and another thing, you'll pay for this." Take a look at this scene for yourselves.
神を言い残したことが一つあった。いや、その前に悪いな。タバコの火欲しかった。それとなんだ。ああ、こいつが書きやがれ。
With Robin, you know she can read the poneglyphs, which is a problem for the world government. She was used for a long time, but in Enies lobby, she acts like nothing happened throughout the entire arc. She sacrifices herself for her nakamas, for the first people she recognizes as her family. She was willing to die for everyone's safety. We as viewers understand that Mommy Robin is one of the best things we have in the series, but above all, actually nothing happened in Enies lobby. Now it's our doctor's turn, the creator of the "nothing happened here" line, because he said it before Zoro did. Let's see, in Sky P, he stays behind alone to take care of and repair the Mary, knowing that it's practically a sacrifice. Let's remember that Chopper is a coward, but he defends the Mary from attackers, covering it with his life. The best part is that he literally tells Zoro that nothing happened here. There's also when he used the 3 rumble balls to defend everyone from CP9. The pain he endured was impressive. Finally, our captain, brother, Luffy is the protagonist, and what makes him the best, in my opinion, is that he has never cared about giving his life for his comrades. At the beginning of the series, he defends Nami from Arlong, thus protecting the village. Then on the island where they meet Chopper, Sanji and Nami are unconscious, and he climbs a mountain to take them to a doctor. In Whole Cake Island, despite being a glutton, he waits for Sanji to bring him food because he would rather starve to death than abandon him. Then in his fight against Katakuri, he breaks the mirror that could take him to the Sunny. In Wano, he makes a promise to Kinemon to defeat Kaido. When he faces 2 Yonko, he tells them, "I am Monkey D. Luffy, the one who will become the next pirate king." And remember everyone, nothing has happened in this video. Subscribe!
俺はモンキー D ルフィ、お前らを超えて海賊王になる男だ。